people was trying to turn their backs on me, he stood 10 toes down with me, you know what I'm saying? And he stood in my ear, you know, giving me that knowledge, you know, giving me the wisdom, you know, not just in boxing, not just in sports, but just in life, you know what I'm saying? And he's like my big brother.
In crack, why have you supported Edgar for so long?
Because he got the heart of a lion, you know, and I don't really allude to haters because we use that as fuel. You know, the man 2 weeks ago, he was fighting bums, now he's fighting the best. You gotta be the best, you gotta beat the best to be the best. So there's no worries, this man been boxing for 20 years. He knows exactly what he's getting into. He dreamed about it. There's nothing but love and respect for Canelo, but September 14th is Edgar Berlanga time, that's all.
What advice are you giving him, Fat Joe, to keeping him positive?
Train like there's no tomorrow. Just know that these next 4 weeks is all about the rest of his life. It's all about the future. Many champions have gotten beat. Just last week, you know, I loved Crawford. That boy went in there with 10 fights and he gave him the work. So can't nobody tell you what you're gonna do, what you're capable of. This man been training for 20 years. He knows what he gotta do. And I'm very proud of him, and we all proud of him. And you know, September 15th, we'll see the comments then.
Edgar, usually a lot of opponents talk a lot of smack and then show like a lot of deference to Canelo, but today you showed a different type of energy where you weren't looking scared or nervous or just happy to be in the moment. Can you talk about that transformation that you had when you first see him?
I mean, with me, right? I'm always a guy. Stay how I stay. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta do too much. I feel like when you do too much, you start moving around. You start is nervousness. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. I'm in my city. I'm in New York. I'm comfortable. You know. I got my brother here, Crack. I got Chef G here. I got my family here. You know, and it's just a history day, man. You know, September 14th, man. I'm happy to be here, but it's also work. You know what I'm saying? Because we trying to become a legend, man. You know, I gotta beat that man across from me. You know, he told me it's gonna be something different, but I told him it's gonna be something different. You know what I'm saying? It's my time. You know what I'm saying? It's my time now, man. Like,
Edgar, we know you've been working for this a whole lifetime. You worked for it in existence, and you've spoken into existence. How real does the moment feel right now?
I'm not gonna lie, it feels crazy, man. Like I said before, man, I manifested this fight, you know, and now it's here, you know, just to see my face right here, you know, Canelo's face right there, man. Both our last names with each other, you know, it's something crazy, man. I'm excited, you know. And then I signed with the GOAT, man, for Eddie Hearn, you know, and you see what happened with that, 1.5 years, you know, we get that Canelo fight. So, you know, now it's just time for me to put in that work.
Edgar, what do you say to anybody who says it shouldn't be you September 14th?
Yeah. Those are haters, man. You know, like I said, those are haters, man. And all those people out there, they're gonna still buy the pay-per-view. They still gonna talk. You know, Floyd became Floyd. Why? Because he had so much people that hated him. Right or wrong? Mm-hmm. Floyd became Floyd because of the hate. If Floyd never had the hate, Floyd would have never been who he was. You need that, and I'm used to that hate. I'm used to having people going, you know, I go on social media now and I see a couple of things that fuels me, you know what I'm saying? Because the greatest victory is when it's won and you can shut all the haters up, man. That's the best feeling.
Oye, Edgar, ¿qué te genera? 27 años.
Sí.
Mucha gente está hablando en las redes sociales, pero yo quiero saber si tú te sientes ganador porque con 27 años llegaste invicto a la pelea que todo el mundo quiere. Edgar Berlanga llegó invicto con tan solo 27 años. ¿Tú te sientes un ganador?
Claro que sí. Somos 22-0 con 17 knockouts y yo tengo un corazón de un león y también mi sangre de Puerto Rico, ¿me entiendes? Tú sabes que los puertorriqueños, nosotros somos los más duros en boxeo.
Hay mucha gente que no te la está dando, pero en Puerto Rico también hay mucha gente que te la está dando y va a ti. ¿Qué mensaje les tiene que decir?
A mis fanáticos en Puerto Rico, te amo mucho y vamos a ganar grande. Y ese día, septiembre 14, eso va a ser historia para Puerto Rico. Y yo voy con todo, mi gente, yo voy con todo, ¿viste? Te amo Puerto Rico, vamos arriba, puñeta. Mira, los mexicanos dicen viva México, cabrones, y nosotros tenemos viva Puerto Rico, puñeta.
Edgar, ¿qué le tienes que decir a la gente de México? ¿Qué le tienes que decir a la gente de México?
No, México lo amo, los mexicanos, ¿me entiendes? Yo tengo muchos amigos que está conmigo, que está mexicano y lo amo mucho los mexicanos.
¿Y qué le tendrías que decir conforme a la pelea de Canelo? ¿Qué se tiene que cuidar de Edgar Berlanga en este combate, Canelo?
No, todo. Estamos practicando, estamos en el gimnasio todo el día y después estamos como 12 semanas en mi campamento entrenando para él y estamos ready, estamos listos para esta pelea.
Vas por los cinturones, por todos los cinturones. ¿Edgar es la inspiración mayor?
Sí, eso es una bendición de Dios, ¿me entiendes? Eso es diferente. Yo creo gracias a Dios para esta oportunidad y Canelo también, pero ese día es Berlanga.
Vamos a aprovechar un poco tu altura, el alcance será una ventaja en esta pelea. Sí, porque obviamente tienes más alcance que él.
Sí, Canelo es fuerte, ¿me entiendes? Sí, yo tengo altura, pero necesito usar eso, mi altura y todo eso, pero Canelo es fuerte, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo estoy fuerte también, soy diferente.
¿Qué representa pelear en el Día de la Independencia de México? Yo sé que tú eres boricua, pero Canelo se ha convertido hoy en la figura mexicana. ¿Va a ser difícil eso?
Sí, yo sé, pero en verdad, ese día va a ser, en ese arena va a ser mucho puertorriqueño. Y también los mexicanos, porque los mexicanos, los amo los mexicanos mucho. Me gusta los tacos, me gusta todo eso.
Edgar, tell me about Canelo's last few performances.
Canelo did good. I was at his last fight, and he did real good. You know, I shouted him out with Munguia. They did amazing. You know what I'm saying? That was a great fight. You know, a lot of people saying that Canelo's declining a little bit. I don't see that, man. I think that dude's a legend for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He put in that work to where he's at now. You know, so he knows what's up ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? As a legend, you know that it's a task always ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? So I know he's at his best right now. He's not taking me like this.
To that point, Canelo hasn't knocked anybody out since 2001, almost 3 years, but he has been able to showcase his boxing skills. What do you think about Canelo as a boxer as opposed to a puncher?
He got all the tools, man. You know, like I said before, that's why he's where he's at. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's undisputed. That's why, you know, he's being all the best, you know what I'm saying? And I got a big task ahead of me, you know, so I'm not overlooking nothing. This is not a payday, definitely not a payday, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to become a legend in the sport, and I want my last name to reign forever.
Edgar, time and time again, we see unexpected upsets in boxing. Just this past weekend, Rob Valenzuela upset Pitbull Cruz. We know that you carry youth, you carry punching power. And it was very evident that you have a lot of confidence up on stage when you looked at Canelo in the eyes. And as Tony Montana once said, the eyes don't lie, Chico.
Yes, sir.
What can you tell us that breeds that confidence in you, Edgar? I've known you for quite some time.
At some point, we here. Like I said before, I dreamed that it's happening. Like I manifested this. Like I brought everything that's happening right now. All of this, you guys here, I brought it to existence, man. So I gotta embrace it as a fighter, man. You know, and this is gonna be some spectacular for September 14th, bro. It's Mexico versus Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? And I'm confident, bro. You know, I got the spirit of King David, man, and I walk with God, man. So any weapon formed against me shall not prosper.
Edgar, was good. Mexico, Puerto Rico. Was there any talks of maybe bringing it into New York, considering the market between both races?
Say it again.
Considering Mexico, Puerto Rico, did you ever consider having a fight here in the Garden between the market of both races?
It was brought up to us, but I already knew they wouldn't do it out here. You know what I'm saying? Everything, the big fights is always good for Vegas.
I want to know, it's the first time, you know, you got the chance to really size him up, you know, get next to him. What did you see just in terms of the size factor, like, for you and him?
I mean, I know his height because when I seen him in Vegas, you know what I'm saying, where we saluted each other and stuff, you know, but listen, man, size don't matter, you know what I'm saying? I just got to be on point, you feel me?
What's the other thing? I seen y'all was talking to each other, you kind of said something to him first, like, what was that little interaction?
Nah, I just trying to say I dreamed of this in his head.
What he said?
I don't know, he was just like, you're going to see something different. I was like, no, you're going to see something different. He's like, you're going to see something different. You're going to see my thing. I was like, no, you're going to see.
What's your prediction on that? Are you looking to beat him in boxing or probably go for a knockout? Or what do you see is your best way of winning that, Edgar?
I can tell you one thing.
Joe, legend is in the house.
One fighter that has fought Edgar Berlanga, whether Berlanga looked good or bad. Obviously, he beat them all, right? There's never been one fighter that he hasn't hit in the back of the ear somewhere to say, oh, like woke up. His power, very underestimated. And in that ring, it's two men. Somebody got to win. This guy's punching power. You're going to be very surprised. Juanito, what's up?
Thank you, Fabio.
Every fight, every fight I don't say.
Yeah, Edgar.
There's gonna be fireworks for sure.
Who can we expect coming out with you, walking you out to the ring? We see Chef G in the house, Fat Joe in the house.
Chef G, man, y'all know that's the hottest thing right now. I'm moving to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got my brother Fat Joe. You know I gotta walk out with Joe, man. That's crack, man. He been legend, and he been supporting me since day one, man. You know, on the biggest night of my life, I gotta give it to my brother Crack, man. Entero Calderon, Lean Back Remix. Stay tuned.